Okay, ready. Ammaji, can you explain who is the seen and the seer?
For me, you are the seen, I am the seer. For you, I am the seen, you are the seer. Isn't that true?
Behind that.
So, the seer seen is the what we call Vedantic Prakriya. To understand the metaphysics of this universe, the seer seen inquiry, because we say that if we were to understand the nature of the world and the individual and the divine, we need to begin somewhere. No? What is the beginning point in this analysis? The beginning point is all that is here is the world of objects and the subject who cognizes the world of objects. So we have a seen and we have a seer. The world of objects and the subject. What about the world of objects that you don't see? Like a comet or like the moon. I don't see the moon. It is unseen. Then will it come under the seen category? Yes. It will still come under the seen category because now it is not seen. Later it will be seen. No? What is not seen now doesn't mean it doesn't exist or it's never going to be seen. It will be seen later, and therefore it still comes under the seen category and not the seer category. And so everything that exists in these two categories, the seen and the seer. That which is seen we call the world of objects, drishyam. The one who sees that which is seen is called the seer, the subject, drik. Okay. And with these two words, which look very basic and very functional, it's very deceptive. Very deceptive. In the sense, the universe's greatest secret sits in this analysis of seer seen. Drik, drishya, viveka. The seer seen inquiry. The seer seen inquiry, when it is done, the Vedantic tradition reveals amazing facts that anything which is seen is subject to time, is subject to space, subject to conditionality. And it also reveals that which is not subject to time, space and conditionality is the divine, is the creator. In the analysis of seer and seen, we need to know what is it that is subject to time, space, conditionality. Is the world subject to time, space, conditionality? Is God subject to time, space, conditionality? Is I, the seer, subject to time, space and conditionality? the inquiry into these three, Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, in terms of whether it is conditional or unconditional, whether it is subject to what you call time and space, or whether it is free from time and space, which of this is and which of this is not. This journey of this inquiry that helps us arrive at or opens our eyes to another realm of the universe, another secrets of the universe which are not again seen by the naked eye, but they are to be, one needs to awaken to them in one's insight and cognition, understanding. When we really go through this process of learning with as a tradition teaches, with the help of a guru, as a seeker, as a disciple, there is a lot that goes into this. Because why all this is required? Because the seer seen is not a mere metaphysical question. It's not a mere mathematical question or a question of a physicist. It is a life transforming question. It is a question that makes this person open his life to a big fact about himself. When he is told, hey, you know something, everything that is here, seen by you, cognized by you, is subject to time, space, conditionality. Whatever is time, space, conditionality is not you, is not the seer. That's simple. That's simple. This tree is subject, was not here the other day, and it was planted and it is grown. Subject to time, subject to space, subject to conditionality, and it is not the seer. Of course, I know. What about the body? Born yesterday, stands today as an adult. Is it subject to time, space, conditionality? Yes. If it is, then it's not the seer. That means what? It's not you. It opens up. Every step of this inquiry opens up a whole new understanding of who I am. And in this understanding, I come to recognize that the seer is one that is not subject to time, space, conditionality. Means the seer is the timeless one. The seer is the all-pervasive one. The seer does not have any influence of the physicality. The seer is, in fact, not separate from the infinite. The seer alone is, in Vedanta says, the seer alone is Brahman. The seen is Mithya. All that is seen there is no two realities. We begin with two, but when we conclude, it concludes with only all that is here is one. Drigdrishyau dvau padartau sthaha paraspara vilakshanau drik brahma drishymayeti iti vedanta dindimaha. Drik and drishya are two. Both are diametrically opposite each other in nature. If one is time bound, the other is timeless. One is space bound, the other is pervasive. One has full of conditionality, gunas, qualities. The other is nirgunam, free from any conditions. Paraspara vilakshanam. Drik is Brahma. The seer is the infinite one. And drishyam is Maya. And this is in crux Drik Drishya Viveka of Vedanta inquiry. A new bride has come into the ashram.
What is the importance of building and sustaining a relationship with the divine?
What is the importance of building and sustaining? So we shouldn't just build and allow it to collapse. We need to build and we need to sustain. Well, one is a fool if one does not work to sustain a relationship with the divine. The reason I say this is because in a human life we all need the strength and the power of a big man. Everybody needs to, especially if you are an Indian, you always need to know somebody who matters in the society. To get your work done, you need to know somebody big who can influence the success of what you want to get done, no? There is your answer. That which is the biggest, if you go about ignoring the one who can give you maximum support, maximum strength, who has all power and all capacity to take away all your problems and challenges, and if one does not even bother to build a relationship, who is the fool? Who's the loser? Not the all-powerful one. It is me. Out of my silly arrogance, I think I can do it all. I am a self-made man. And therefore, building a relationship with the infinite is to my advantage all the way. The divine doesn't need me. I, as a one who is born into this world, who wants to live, who wants to succeed, who wants to be happy, who has all these wants, I am the one who requires all support and aid where known and unknown factors don't block me or snatch away my happiness. And therefore, building and sustaining a relationship with the divine is the best gift I can give myself, the best kavacham, protection I can give myself, because he would never fail you, If our mortals don't fail us, if you think the infinite will fail you? No way. The more I am connected, the more at peace I am. Stress-free life is a life with the divine. A life of a child, carefree. Carefree because it knows mother is around to take care. Why I should bother? If a need is there, just look there and it will be given. And that child in us, trusting the universe, knowing that all will be well, all is well, no doubt, no self-doubt, no doubting the cosmic justice, is the work I require to do for my sanity. And once one has gained that access, the inner, that window to oneself in this manner, really life becomes a breeze. No continuity. Pushpa is quiet. You have, okay.
Ammaji, if Brahman is Nirgunam, right? No attributes, no qualities.
Oh.
What is the purpose of this presence?
Very good. This is it's an eternal question. If Brahman is Nirgunam, no quality, then what is the purpose of its presence? It's like Nirguna Shapade. Food which is Nirgunam, what's the point in eating that food, It should help you relish some pickle, some spice, some bitter, some sour, some sweet. So, gunam, quality. That's why people say, ashram food is nirgunam. It means what? Blessé. They say blessé, in the US. So, it has no quality. Brahman is not a thing available for me to taste and touch and smell and see and hear. You understand? That I can see and hear and touch and taste is because of that Nirguna Brahma. That's the point. That's the point. If there is no Nirgunam, Sagunam is not possible. Because Sagunam is matter. Matter cannot exist without consciousness. Saguna cannot be Saguna unless there is a Nirguna supporting the existence of Saguna. Only if there is a prism, a crystal, the crystal alone can reflect the color of the flower, Japa Kusumam. Crystal appears red, appears yellow, appears blue. How? Because itself it has no color. If it has its own color, it is conditional in that color. It is locked in one color. It is in the whiteness of the light that the Vibgyor colors exist. It is always in the Nirgunam that Saguna can reflect. It's the nature of things. Why? Because if there is a Sagunam, like a yellow flower, a red flower, or a green leaf, wherever the color is defined, it becomes conditional. It cannot change its color. It is what it is. The space, time, it gets defined into conditionality. Nirgunam is not within the frame of conditionality. Hence, it can support that which is conditional. Understand? So what we are saying is, if you stay with the colors, you stay with conditionality. If you connect to the unconditional, you connect to the universe, to the higher, to the eternal. Which do you want? You want the Saguna or the Nirguna?
Unconditional.
We want unconditional. If I ask you which love you want, conditional or unconditional? all unconditional. Human being is always seeking unconditionality. The cry of the soul is always for the unconditional. We are never happy with conditional. But the senses always shows the conditional. The tongue only gives you, the joy of the gulab jamu as long as it's the first one. Then it is all reduction in happiness. Second, third, fourth. By fifth one you are dead. And so this conditional, even though it is colorful, it doesn't have the catch. It's only colorful. That's why we call it Maya. It is colorful. It's attractive. But inside what? It's only skin deep. Inside is only the unconditional that carries you. So the search is for the unconditional. I want to be always happy. I want to be always at peace. I want to be always loved. I want to be always understood. I want to be always. All this always is the call for the unconditional. That is why, because I am unconditional one. I am that prior awareness which is of the nature of abiding stillness, abiding silence. I am that prior awareness, prior to all experiences that comes to me through my eyes, ears, nose, tongue and touch. Prior to my senses, I am a seer, I am a hearer, I am a speaker, I am a listener, I am a eater, I am a talker, I am a walker. I am tall, I am white, I am blonde, I am blue-eyed. All these conditions only after, prior to the conditionality, what exists? The unconditional I am. Because of this unconditional I am, alone conditionality can be superimposed. Conditionality is superimposed upon the unconditional I am. And therefore what is the use? This is the biggest use. That there is no transactional use. It is only the adhara. Nirguna is the adhara, the substantive, the karanam, the cause because of which conditionality is superimposed, exists seemingly. That alone is. Don't expect unconditional to be transactional. That's why mother's love you cannot buy. Unconditional love is non-transactional. If it is transactional, it is not conditional. If it is transactional, it is not unconditional. That's the point.